The courtroom drama surrounding Sean Diddy Combs has taken a shocking turn, as reports emerge of his daughters, D'Lila, Chance and Jessie, reaching their breaking point. Once the quieter, more private members of the family, these young women are now at the center of a brewing storm, reportedly planning to seek emancipation from their father. Their decision comes amid allegations that have shaken the foundation of the Combs family, including disturbing claims about the circumstances surrounding their mother Kim Porter's death in 2018. While officially attributed to pneumonia, whispers of foul play have persisted, fueled by peculiar details like a casket being ordered a week before her passing and missing personal belongings. The unfolding saga reveals layers of alleged abuse and toxic dynamics within the family. Sources close to Kim Porter claim she suffered both emotional and physical mistreatment during her relationship with Diddy, even allegedly confiding fears for her safety to friends. These revelations have cast a long shadow over the family's public image, leaving deep scars on their children who reportedly witnessed some of these incidents firsthand. The daughters, now caught between their loyalty to their father and the mounting allegations against him, seem to be seeking a way out as the legal battles intensify. Adding complexity to the situation is the emergence of a controversial memoir attributed to Kim Porter, containing explosive claims about her life with Diddy. While the book's authenticity is debated, its timing and content have reignited discussions about Kim's legacy and the unresolved questions surrounding her passing. For the daughters, this constant barrage of revelations about their parents' relationship has become an unbearable burden, pushing them toward the drastic step of seeking legal independence from their father. As the trial progresses, new evidence continues to surface, painting a picture of alleged systematic misconduct that goes beyond Diddy himself, implicating those closest to him, including his own sons. The daughters' potential emancipation could mark a turning point not just for them but for the entire family dynamic, signaling a generational reckoning with the past. The swirling allegations around Diddy have pulled his entire family into a maelstrom of controversy, with his sons Justin and Christian now finding themselves embroiled in the legal drama. Reports suggest that these young men aren't merely standing by their father's side, they're allegedly playing active roles in what prosecutors describe as efforts to obstruct justice. Leaked phone calls and intercepted communications reveal a troubling pattern where coded language and strategic coordination appear to be part of daily operations behind bars. In one particularly eyebrow-raising instance, Diddy reportedly instructed Justin to get rid of the leftover pizza boxes, a phrase insiders interpret as a directive to dispose of potentially incriminating evidence. Authorities have flagged several instances where the sons allegedly facilitated their father's attempts to influence witnesses and manipulate public perception, from orchestrating carefully curated social media campaigns to personally reaching out to individuals connected to the case. Justin and Christian seem to be deeply involved in damage control efforts. Investigators claim they've uncovered a sophisticated network of communication where seemingly innocuous phrases carry hidden meanings. Mentions of recycling might actually refer to destroying documents, while family gatherings could signal secret meetings to coordinate strategies. These allegations paint a disturbing picture of a family entrenched in a culture of exploitation and cover-ups. Rodney Jones, a producer who filed a lawsuit against the Combs family, claims that Justin played a direct role in arranging situations similar to those Diddy is accused of orchestrating. Meanwhile, Christian faces separate accusations of inappropriate behavior at events hosted by his father, suggesting a pattern of misconduct enabled by the family's environment. Prosecutors view these actions not as isolated incidents, but as evidence of a systemic issue within the household. The involvement of Diddy's sons raises complex questions about the nature of loyalty and the normalization of questionable behavior within families of power and privilege. Growing up surrounded by luxury and influence, these young men may have been conditioned to prioritize protecting the family name above all else. Their alleged participation in their father's legal troubles suggests they might view such actions as necessary measures rather than criminal behavior. As the investigation expands, authorities are examining how deeply the sons are implicated in the broader conspiracy, with potential charges looming that could dramatically alter their futures. The mounting pressure on Diddy's legal team has led to increasingly aggressive tactics in their defense strategy, while simultaneously revealing cracks in their ability to manage the narrative. At the heart of their approach lies a concerted effort to challenge the legitimacy of search warrants used to raid Diddy's properties, arguing that authorities presented a distorted version of reality to obtain them. They've meticulously dissected every aspect of the warrant applications, pointing out alleged inconsistencies and questioning the credibility of sources cited by investigators. This legal maneuvering aims to create reasonable doubt about the prosecution's methods, while potentially disqualifying crucial evidence from consideration. Simultaneously, Diddy's team has launched a sophisticated media campaign designed to shape public perception and sway potential jurors. Highly polished social media posts, carefully timed family appearances, and strategically released statements attempt to project an image of unity and innocence. However, prosecutors allege these efforts extend beyond mere public relations work, claiming the family is using these platforms to send coded messages and coordinate responses to emerging allegations. The birthday video featuring Diddy's children, initially presented as a spontaneous display of familial support, is now under scrutiny as potentially part of this orchestrated strategy. Behind the scenes, investigators report intercepting multiple attempts to suppress or manipulate evidence. Sources indicate that certain parties connected to the Combs family have been shopping around sensitive video footage to various Hollywood figures, possibly seeking to control its release or use it as leverage. These recordings, reportedly captured through hidden cameras in Diddy's Atlanta home, allegedly show individuals who appear unaware they're being filmed, raising further ethical and legal questions about consent and surveillance practices. The defense's challenges extend beyond procedural arguments, as they grapple with the sheer volume of evidence authorities continue to uncover. Financial records spanning decades, security footage from multiple properties, and thousands of electronic communications form a complex web that investigators methodically unravel. Each new discovery seems to lead to additional lines of inquiry, creating what one source described as an ever-expanding investigation where the implications reach far beyond Diddy himself. Despite the defense's efforts to contain the situation, the cumulative effect of these revelations has steadily eroded public support and complicated their ability to maintain a coherent narrative. The compounding controversies surrounding Diddy have created a perfect storm that threatens to dismantle his carefully constructed empire and reshape his legacy in ways that would have seemed unimaginable just months ago. The once revered music mogul finds himself trapped in a downward spiral where each new revelation seems to confirm the worst suspicions about his past behavior and business practices. The allegations against him have evolved from isolated incidents into a comprehensive portrait of alleged systematic abuse and exploitation, implicating not only himself but also those closest to him, including his own children. This widening circle of accountability has fundamentally altered public perception, transforming him from a celebrated industry icon into a figure representing the dangers of unchecked power and privilege. Financially, the impact has been equally devastating. Major brands and business partners have begun severing ties, pulling lucrative endorsement deals and terminating collaborations worth millions. The value of his enterprises has plummeted as investors grow wary of association with his name. Properties once symbols of success now stand as reminders of alleged misconduct, with many assets frozen or seized as part of the ongoing investigation. The infrastructure that supported his lifestyle, the security teams, assistants, and household staff, has been exposed as potentially complicit in maintaining the very systems now under scrutiny, forcing a complete dismantling of his operational framework. Perhaps most striking is how quickly the entertainment industry has distanced itself from someone who was once considered untouchable. Collaborators who benefited from his mentorship now face pressure to denounce their associations, while protégés find themselves navigating complex moral dilemmas about acknowledging his contributions to their careers. The cultural landscape he helped shape is rapidly rewriting its history, with institutions reconsidering honors and awards previously bestowed upon him. Even his philanthropic efforts, once celebrated as evidence of his commitment to community upliftment, now face re-evaluation in light of the allegations. As the legal proceedings continue, the question remains whether any redemption is possible for someone facing such comprehensive condemnation. The damage extends beyond personal reputation to affect an entire ecosystem of relationships, partnerships, and cultural influence he spent decades building. Regardless of the trial's outcome, the erosion of trust and credibility appears irreversible, marking what could be the definitive end of an era in music and entertainment history. The unfolding drama surrounding Diddy and his family presents a complex tapestry of human experience that resonates far beyond the confines of celebrity gossip. At its core lies a fundamental question about the nature of power and its corrupting influence, not just on individuals but across generations. The allegations against Diddy and the reported involvement of his children reveal how patterns of behavior can become ingrained within family systems, perpetuating cycles of abuse and enabling misconduct. His son's alleged participation in covering tracks and his daughter's reported plans for emancipation illustrate the profound impact parental behavior has on children's development and their subsequent choices in adulthood. This case serves as a stark reminder of the importance of accountability at all levels of society, particularly among those who wield significant influence. It highlights how systems designed to protect and empower can instead become tools for manipulation when placed in the wrong hands. The alleged surveillance, evidence tampering, and witness intimidation tactics reportedly employed by Diddy's inner circle demonstrate how power can distort basic human values and warp professional ethics. Moreover, the reported treatment of Kim Porter and the questions surrounding her passing underscore the urgent need for greater awareness and protection of vulnerable individuals in high-profile relationships. Perhaps most importantly, this unfolding story emphasizes the critical role of truth and transparency in healing and moving forward. The conflicting narratives emerging from different family members, the debate over the authenticity of Kim's alleged memoir, and the battle over evidence suppression all point to a fundamental human need for clarity and justice. As the legal proceedings continue and more details come to light, society must grapple with difficult questions about forgiveness, redemption, and the possibility of change, especially for those who have seemingly lost their way in the pursuit of power and success. The ultimate resolution of this case may well serve as a defining moment in how we collectively address issues of accountability and reform within influential circles, setting new standards for behavior and responsibility that extend far beyond the entertainment industry. The allegations surrounding Diddy and his family have struck a chord with audiences worldwide because they tap into universal themes of power, loyalty, and the human capacity for both good and evil. The story has captivated public attention not merely because of its salacious details, but because it forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about human nature. At its heart lies a complex exploration of how wealth and fame can distort moral compasses, creating environments where abuse and exploitation can thrive unchecked. The reported behavior of Diddy and his inner circle mirrors patterns observed in other high-profile cases of powerful figures abusing their positions, yet the scale and scope of these allegations feel uniquely chilling. What makes this case particularly compelling is how it intersects with broader societal conversations about accountability and justice. The Me Too movement and increased awareness of systemic abuse have created a cultural backdrop where such allegations are met with heightened scrutiny and urgency. People are no longer willing to separate the art from the artist or excuse reprehensible behavior in the name of talent or success. This shift in public consciousness has transformed Diddy's trial from a mere celebrity scandal into a referendum on how society handles abuse of power and protects vulnerable individuals. The human element of this story cannot be overstated. Beyond the headlines and legal proceedings lies a deeply personal narrative about family trauma and survival. The experiences of Kim Porter and the impact on their children speak to universal concerns about domestic violence, parental influence, and the long-lasting effects of growing up in toxic environments. Viewers find themselves drawn to these aspects of the story because they reflect real-world struggles that many face but rarely see addressed on such a public stage. The daughter's reported desire for emancipation represents a universal yearning for autonomy and freedom from damaging family dynamics. Moreover, the case highlights the complexities of loyalty and complicity, particularly within families of privilege. The alleged involvement of Diddy's sons in covering up misconduct raises important questions about how children of powerful figures navigate their relationships with their parents. Are they victims of their upbringing, conditioned to enable harmful behavior, or active participants in maintaining abusive systems? This gray area captures public imagination because it challenges simplistic notions of right and wrong, forcing audiences to consider the nuanced ways in which power and privilege shape individual choices. The timing of these revelations adds another layer of intrigue to the story. As details emerge about hidden cameras, coded messages, and alleged witness tampering, technological advancements have made such surveillance and manipulation tactics more accessible than ever before. This intersection of old-school power dynamics with modern technology creates a narrative that feels both timeless and urgently contemporary. The reported existence of video evidence and its potential circulation through Hollywood channels speaks to our current cultural obsession with documentation and exposure, while simultaneously raising ethical questions about privacy and consent in the digital age. Ultimately, the enduring fascination with this case stems from its ability to hold up a mirror to society, reflecting both our highest aspirations and our darkest impulses. It challenges us to examine our own complicity in systems that enable abuse, our willingness to overlook misconduct in pursuit of success or entertainment, and our capacity for change and growth. As the legal proceedings continue and new details emerge, the story maintains its grip on public consciousness not because of its celebrity connections, but because it touches on fundamental questions about human nature, justice, and the kind of society we want to build. Whether viewed as a cautionary tale or a catalyst for change, this saga continues to resonate because it speaks to universal truths about power, accountability, and the human condition.